Assalamu alaikum, my dear student. Today I'm going to discuss a very important topic in organic chemistry reactions, which is the electronic factors involved in organic reactions. Electronic factors that influence the organic reactions include inductive effect, resonance effect, mesomeric effect, electromeric effect, and the hyperconjugation. These five effects may influence any organic reaction, so that's why we will discuss in detail. First, the inductive effect. Keep remember, student, all these effect occurs due to the displacement of the electron. In some cases, the sigma electron being displaced, or in some cases, the pi electron is being resonate or displaced, vice versa. So the inductive effect is an example of the displacement of the sigma electron. Now, this effect caused by the difference in the electronegativity between bonded atom, which leads to a polarization of the bond. Now, for example, you can see here, if a carbon chain or the electronegative element, any X element having the greater electronegativity with as compared to the carbon. So in this case, bond have this type of the polarity, means carbon will have the partial positive charge and the halogen have the partial negative charge. This effect may cause the minus inductive effect. Similarly, if any heteroatom attached with the carbon and its electronegativity is lesser than the carbon, in this case we have this type of the polarity. We can say the carbon have the negative partial negative charge and the other atom will may have the partial positive charge. This may cause a positive inductive effect. Now, the inductive effect is a distance-dependent phenomena. For example, a heteroatom which is more electronegative is directly attached with the carbon. In this case, the first carbon will be highly polarized, and the second one will be less polarized, and the third one will be more or less polarized. Let us see the example. For example, you can see here in this case the atom X, this atom having some slightly negative charge, and the carbon atom has slightly positive charge. Now the first carbon which is directly attached with this electronegative atom, though they have the polarity difference and they have the pole in between these two atoms, like this atom have the partial negative charge and the carbon have partial positive charge. Now the second carbon also have a partial positive charge, but this positive charge will be less as compared to carbon number one. Similarly, the third carbon has much uh, less partial charge as compared to the first carbon. Now, in the second example, as we have discussed, the positive inductive effect, when carbon bonded with less electronegative element, the charge will shift toward the carbon. In this case, carbon have the partial negative charge and this less electronegative element have the partial positive charge. Same, the first carbon have more partial negative charge, while the second and third, the partial negative charge will decrease because they are away from this electropositive element. Now, these relative inductive effects are measured with reference to the hydrogen. These are some examples of the heteroatom which may cause the polarity or the inductive effect when they are directly attached with the carbon chain. Okay, now let us see the example of the minus inductive effect. As I mentioned earlier in the previous slide, when carbon directly bonded with the strong or the higher electronegative element, it may have the polarity difference and carbon have the partial positive charge and the other element may have the partial negative charge. The example of the some groups which may have the negative inductive effects are halogens, nitro group, cyano group, carboxyl group, ester group, and aryloxy group. Now, one of the example which I have shown here, and carbon directly bonded with the fluorine. Fluorine is the most electronegative element, which may create a partial positive charge in the first carbon, much lesser partial charge on the second carbon, and then the third carbon, which is much weaker positive charge as compared to the first carbon. Now, keep remember here, the partial positive charge is bigger one, partial positive charge is the lesser one, and the partial positive charge is the much lesser charge as compared to the first one. Now let us see some example of the positive inductive effect. It is observed when the carbon atom is bonded with the less electronegative element, which is also known as the electron donating group. Okay, there are so many examples, so I'm not discussing in this specific case. You can may have as a homework for the positive inductive effect. Now let us discuss the next electronic effect, which is the resonance effect. A resonance effect is basically created by the movement of or delocalization of the pi electron in between the double bond and the single bond. Resonance can be used to delocalize both lone pair of the electron. It may occur in the cationic and the anionic form as well, adjacent to the double bond. Let us see a very common example of the resonance, the movement of pi electron in the benzene ring. We may write the benzene ring by this way or by this way. It is just because of the movement of electron, or sometimes we may write a circular a circle in the benzene ring, which shows that these pi electrons they are continuously moving. Okay, sometimes resonance may occur due to the positive and negative charge on carbon as well. Let us see in this case, we have a charge, the carbocation. Now, electron or the pi electron will shift toward the lesser density. In this case, we have two resonating structure, vice versa. Similarly, in this case, you can see here we have a carbon ion. The negative charge will resonate here, and this pi electron will move on this carbon, will give you this structure as well. Now, in these two examples, you can see the resonance occur in between carbon-carbon. Now, what happened when carbon having a alternate double bond and where resonance we have? And similarly, these carbon-carbon double bond containing compound attached with some hetero element or hetero group, which also involve in the resonance, then what we call this type of the structure, we will discuss in the later case. Now let us see some more example. Here in example 1 and in example 2, you can see here we have the resonance. This pi electron can move on this carbon to create a resonating form, and in the structure number 2, this negative charge can resonate here and can give a canonical form, vice versa. Here in example 3, we have the resonating structure. The more electronegative element oxygen will pull the electron from the benzene ring and will create the resonating form. Similarly, we have in example 4, the methoxy group attached with the benzene ring. This methoxy electron which are present on the oxygen can be donated by towards the ring, and which may create some resonating structure. Here we do not have the aromatic structure, but we have the lone pair on the nitrogen, which can be donate to this carbon. When these lone pair will donate to this carbon, this pi bond will shift on this nitrogen, and we have the some resonating form. Let us see the conclusion of these example. You can see here. Here we have the resonating form, the other resonating form, the next one, and the other one. And we have the last example which we have discussed earlier. Okay, our next topic is the mesomeric effect. This effect is very similar to the resonating effect. But what is difference? A very little difference we have between the resonance effect and the mesomeric effect. What is this? Let us see this example. In this example, you can see we have the carbon chain and we have the alternate double bond. And this carbon is bonded with the nitro group, which is the electron withdrawing group. It means this nitro group or the nitrogen oxygen double bond will withdraw these pi electron towards this group and will create a negative charge on the oxygen. Okay, that's why we will have the effect which is known as the M minus mesomeric effect. Now in this case, the second example, we have the same structure, but here we have the hydroxyl group. This hydroxyl group instead withdraw the electron from the carbon chain, it will donate the lone pair to the carbon chain and the electron will move like in this way. Now, all these two structures, they have the resonance through the delocalization of the pi electron, but this resonance occur due to the hetero group. Okay, now this hetero group can be electron withdrawing group, or this hetero group can be electron releasing group. In um, sometimes we call the electron donating group. Now the third example, there is no hetero group, but we have the delocalization of pi electron. This is an example of the resonating effect, the pure resonating effect, while these two examples are the mesomeric effect. Though a resonance involved in these two examples as well, but this resonance involved the hetero group as well. Now, this is the detail what we have discussed in the previous slide. Now you can see this nitro group is withdrawing the electron from the carbon chain. That's why creating the minus M effect. In this case, the hydroxyl group donating the electron to the carbon chain and creating the M plus effect. And here we have just delocalization of the pi electron due to the movement of the double bond. So more example of the M minus mesomeric effect, as we have discussed, since the electron moved away from the rest of the molecule and towards the carbonyl group, the effect is called M minus effect. We have discussed earlier. The group which involved in M minus mesomeric effect are carbonyl group, cyano group, or the nitro group. Now, if nitro group directly attached with the aromatic ring, what type of the effect it can cause? You can see here, this nitro group can withdraw the electron from the aromatic ring. And by this way, it can decrease the electron density at ortho and para position. In structure 2 and 4, these are the ortho position, and in structure 3, this is the para position, and we have the plus charge here because nitro group is withdrawing the electron from the benzene ring by this arrow. Okay, now let us see some example of the more example of the plus M mesomeric effect. As I discussed in the previous slide, that this effect occur when pi electron move away from the group and toward the rest of the molecule. And the effect is called the M plus effect. Now, what happened in this case when we have the like an aniline, the amino group, and which is the electron rich group, instead of it will withdraw the electron, this amino group will donate the electron to the ring. When this NH2 group or the nitrogen donate the electron to the ring, it will create the density at ortho and para position, as I mentioned, with a negative charge. Okay, now these are some more group which may create the M plus mesomeric effect, which are hydroxyl group, the ether group, the ester, amine, and the amide group. Our next effect is the electromeric effect. It is slightly uncommon, or it is just occur due to the intramolecular movement of electron from a pi bond to another atom in the molecule when it is attacked by a reagent. Now this reagent could be positive or negative, or in other words, we can say this reagent could be a nucleophile or the electrophile. It is a temporary and reversible effect. See some example. We can categorize this effect into two types: the positive electromagnetic effect and the negative electromagnetic effect. Now you can see here, I gave the example of the alkene. When alkene reacted with the proton, now this proton is basically an electrophile. Now in this case, a carbon atom may have the positive charge and it is temporary or intermediate. That's why it is known as the positive electromagnetic effect. Now in the second example, when alkene is attacked by the cyano group, cyano is basically a nucleophile. Now when we have some reaction, ultimately we have a carbon ion, the negative carbon. And by this way, we can say it's a negative electromagnetic effect is creating on this carbon, and it is also known as the minus E effect. The last, a very important, the electronic factor is the hyperconjugation. It involves the delocalization of a sigma electron belonging to the carbon hydrogen bond of the alkyl group attaching to an atom with an unshared p orbital. Now keep remember, in any molecule, if we have the more hyperconjugation, the molecule will be considered as the more stable. This hyperconjugation, also known as the no bond resonance, because it involved the sigma to p orbital resonance as well. Now, hyperconjugation can occur in carbocation. We can describe the stability of the carbocation in terms of the hyperconjugation. We can describe the stability of the free radical by means of the hyperconjugation. We can describe the stability of the alkene by means of the hyperconjugation, and we can describe the stability of the carbanion by means of hyperconjugation. Now let us see here. In this case, I'm discussing the stability of the carbocation, keeping in view the hyperconjugation. This is one of the example. We have the ethyl carbocation. Now, this carbocation having empty p orbital, and this carbocation is attached with the methyl group, and methyl group have three CH bond, one CH, second CH, and the third CH, and this is sp3 carbon. Okay, now what happened? Carbon hydrogen bond is actually the sharing of the two electrons. Now in space, these two electrons can stabilize the empty p orbital of this carbocation. Now imagine we have three sigma of CH bond, and these three sigma CH bond are stabilizing this empty p orbital of the carbocation. Now you can imagine, as many as we have the alkyl group or the CH bond, it can stabilize the carbocation. That's why we can say that the tertiary carbocation is more stable than the secondary carbocation. Secondary carbocation is more stable than the primary carbocation, and primary carbocation is more stable than the methyl carbocation. The reason is that this methyl group, they are stabilizing the carbocation by donating the electron from their CH bond. Okay, because the carbocation is the electron deficient species. Okay, now hyperconjugation can also stabilize the free radical. Free radical also the electron deficient species. There is one electron deficient in this carbon. That's why it can be stabilized by the methyl group or the CH bond. As many as the CH bond around this free radical are, it is more stable. Now, in this case, you can see here this carbon having the free radical, and it is attached with this methyl group. And this methyl group have three CH bond, one CH, two CH, and three CHs. Now, all these CHs can stabilize this free radical. through the no bond resonance. Now, below you can see that if you have the tertiary or the secondary or the primary free radical, they have the same stability order as compared with the carbocation, because the free radical have are also the basically electron deficient species. Alkenes can also be stabilized by means of the hyperconjugation. The most substituted alkene are more stable because they can be stabilized by the CH bond. See here, this is an example of the propene, and we have the four resonating structure by means of the hyperconjugation, because this alkene is stabilized by this CH bond, and in this case by this CH bond, and in this case by this CH bond. Now you can see here below some example. We have one butene and the two butene. One butene, this carbon carbon double bond is attached with one CH2. That's why it is less stable, while this 2 butene attached with 2 methyl group, and these 3 CH here and these 3 CH here can stabilize this alkene. That's why 2 butene is more stable than the 1 butene. Hyperconjugation can also show us the stability order of the carbonyl. Now, the carbonyl stability order is reverse. Why? Because the carbonyl is the electron rich species. It has a negative charge on the carbon. It do not need extra electron to be stabilized. Now what happened? These methyl group, they are basically having the CH bond, and they have basically the sharing of electron, the sigma bond, and it can donate by through the hyperconjugation to this carbonyl. Now this carbon is already having the negative charge. Now if we have the more alkyl group in term of the carbonyl, these more alkyl group can destabilize. Now we can see here the bulkier or the most substituted carbonyl is the least stable, because all these methyl group, they are trying to give the electron density to this carbonyl and making this carbonyl unstable. While here in the case of the methyl, we do not have any CH3s or CH. That's why we have the hydrogen only. That's why methyl carbonyl is least stable. Okay, that's all for the electronic factor. Next time we have some more interesting lecture. Till now, see you.